everyone, Cheyenne Chrisman with USTrotting. We are here at the beautiful Southern Oaks Training Center in Florida. Here with me now is Carter Pinske. Thank you so much for joining us. We're here to talk about Go Dog Go and Aperfectannie, but Go Dog Go. Let me tell you what, this guy is just spunky, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a solid ball of energy. You know, he's one of the most athletic horses I've ever been around, and you know, with the athleticism and the energy, you know, that gives him some quirks. So he's a bit of a tough horse to manage. But I think last year, as the year went on, I think we kind of found the key to him, and hopefully, you know, with another year of maturity, he can, you know, have a really good year this year. You know, all along, I told Todd from the beginning, I said, I think we have a pretty nice colt here. I'd like you to drive him, and he agreed. You know, from day one, he's just got an unbelievable amount of speed. He's got a very quick turn of foot. The biggest thing that we worked on all year is just keeping him contained, keeping his mind, you know, with the pedigree on both sides, and just the way the individual is. The biggest key is just keeping his head on straight. So, you know, Todd did a great job. You know, I try not to coach Todd too much. He knows what the heck he's doing, but he always protected the horse. He always did right by the horse. There was a few hiccups, but you know, for the most part, you know, Todd likes the horse, and I think, you know, when you get that aspect, driver liking a horse, they look after him. I think it's always a bonus. So.
Absolutely, and you're talking about some of those hiccups, referring to the braking issues that he's had. What have you done this season to kind of help iron those out? Well,
I think last fall we did a lot of steps in the right direction. I think, you know, maybe we were just getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, you know, trying to make speed. So I kind of went back to the drawing board, re-rigged him completely, basically, you know, opened him up and kind of changed his routine a little bit, and shipping him up to Jersey, and obviously putting the hobbles on, just all for confidence type things. And I think this year, you know, he at the end of the year, he understood the point. He gets the assignment now. So I think this year we can really tweak him, dial him in, and hopefully have some success. Yeah, you know, I was very, very tickled with him in the Breeders' Crown, both the elimination and the final. Actually, you know, luck would have it, both of my horses that were in the Breeders' Crown finals ended up scoping sick. And so, you know, as far as his race, it was a really, really good effort to be first up where he was, and to finish third, especially, you know, with probably not being 100%. So, you know, I was tickled with that race. He's staked to everything. Obviously, goal number one is going to be to prep him for the Hambletonian. That's where everybody wants to be. But further than that, you know, we'll hit all the big stops, hopefully. And you know, my goal is to just let the horse do the talking. You know, so hopefully that's we can build as the year goes on. But you know, goal number one is the Hambletonian.
Now we're going to switch over to Aperfectannie. When I saw this horse jog, talk about a total character difference. She's just a really nice filly, just does her work, and she seems like she's very calm on the track.
Yeah, you know, that's probably her best attribute. She shows up every day, and she never does anything wrong. Last year she was a very plain horse to train down. You know, never showed anything that was, you know, over the top any time really. But one thing about her, she bangs away all the time. She shows up to work. She's rock solid, and she really does have a great, you know, racehorse mentality. She wants to go by other horses, you know, when the time comes. But as far as day to day, I mean, you couldn't have a nicer horse to be around.
Going back to the Breeders' Crown and the eliminations, she was second in the elimination, but those post position gods did not help you out. You draw post 8. Talk a little bit about that race.
Yeah, you know, I told Todd before the race, she actually, you know, she was coughing a bit the morning of the race when I jogged her, and she ended up being actually quite sick. So, you know, that race is a throwout. You know, I hope she bounces back this year and it doesn't affect her as far as coming back. But, you know, that really, you know, she left like she normally did, and Todd knew it ahead of the lane something wasn't right, so he didn't push on her too much. But, you know, the overall season, like I said, she, you know, she just showed up all the time, and that was the one time where she just wasn't herself. Other 2-year-old fillies I had, you know, she's a different horse because maybe she doesn't have quite that top, you know, that top sprint speed, but she's a grinder. So, you know, my overall goal, I think she can have a very good year. I think she can be competitive both in the Kentucky Sire Stakes and hopefully in the Grand Circuit. But, you know, like I said, we'll just let the horse do the talking. It's up to her, so she can, you know, she'll tell us where she wants to go.